The Calling Knockout Cup has only gone and done it again. It's only been one round of fixtures, and we've already seen the fall of major giants in the cup competition. Of course, my name is Smiso Msomi. I'm a senior journalist at Independent Media, and this particular episode of the Indie Sports Show, we're going to be looking at all the weekend's action. Of course, huge talking points. Amongst them, of course, the fall of giants, but also the rising of stars that have already established themselves. Many things to discuss, but without wasting more time, rather, let's just get into it. So first things first, Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs already eliminated from the Calling Knockout Cup. That was after their fixtures against Marumo, Gallants and Stellenbosch respectively. Are there any shocks to that? Another person could say yes, because these are two major clubs in the country that were expected to at least proceed to the quarterfinals, considering their status and their fixtures, or rather against the teams that they were supposed to play, teams that they've dominated in the past before. So yes, another person could say these are two major shocks or two major surprises. But based on recent form, can we really say these are two major surprises? I think both Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns have showed themselves to be pretty unpredictable this season. They've been excellent at times, but also they've shown a vulnerability, maybe more so Sundowns this season, that we don't really associate with them. But definitely Chiefs have shown that over the recent season. But many would have probably felt that Chiefs, having won the Nedbank Cup last season and started the season pretty well, even though they've certainly derailed in recent weeks. But maybe another person would have thought maybe this would be another cup that they want to add, or that they would want to add into their cabinet, having won the Nedbank Cup last season, of course. But yeah, Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns will have to almost pray and watch and hope that Orlando Pirates don't add this particular cup to their recent haul of trophies over the past 3 years. But yeah, let's start with Sundowns. I think the pressure is up again on Coach Miguel Cardoso, many suggesting that the ink is already on his termination at Mamelodi Sundowns. We do remember again last season when Coach Miguel Cardoso was hired. It was after this particular competition, and it was after they had lost in the final last season to Magesi, and the club elected to not move forward with Coach Magesi at the time. So it's going to be very interesting to see where the club goes from now. Obviously, it's never fun speaking about people's jobs, speaking about people's livelihoods, but unfortunately, in the world of sport, the competitiveness and the business side of running a football club will always come first, and Mamelodi Sundowns have shown that in the past as well. Yeah, and now Coach Miguel Cardoso has ultimately lost the CAF Champions League, which he lost in the final last season. He has failed to win the MTN 8. He has failed now to win the Calling Knockout Cup. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Sundowns are going to be able to move here forth, or if they still have the same hope and belief in him that he may be the one that's gonna probably bring the major trophies home and probably bring the success that the club inherently invests on every other season. So yeah, I think big up to Marumo Gallants as well, Coach Defeat. I think you can't criticize Sundowns and not praise Marumo Gallants for that sort of performance. They showed a lot of grit. They showed a lot of hunger. They showed that they could go toe to toe with Sundowns. Maybe not in the way that they'd probably want to in terms of the style of play, but they've yeah, they showed enough resilience to be able to take the game into really, really weird areas with Mamelodi Sundowns, even with the red card. Of course, Rosinho with a debut to forget. But yeah, I think you have to give Marumo Gallants credits as well, and for them to being well, and for them for being able to finish the job up um, with the penalties. So yeah, a lot of questions around Mamelodi Sundowns and Clock at the moment. A lot of questions around not just the paper, or rather the success on paper, but a huge a disadvantage for Cardoso since he's taken over at Sundowns. There's been a lot of people questioning his style of play. Not that many people find it attractive, which is a very, very huge thing at a club that's known for the shoe shine and piano sort of style. So it's there's a lot of questions there, and it's going to be interesting whether he will be able to answer those questions, and whether his players will also help him answer those questions. Because at this point, it seems as if there's a disconnect there. You never want to suggest whether there's problems in the change room or not, but it seems as if there's a disconnect there between the players and the technical team, and therefore we're not seeing the Sundowns that we know on a more consistent basis. So hopefully they're going to be able to answer that. From one team that lost from penalties to another, yeah, Chiefs as well. Mm. I saw the interview of Oxum Teto yesterday because he won the player of the match. It seems as if people are starting to enjoy his performances now, despite the criticism that he gets every single week or every single game that he plays for Chiefs. But apparently, a huge majority actually see his value now. So yeah, he won the player of the match yesterday, and while speaking in the post-match interview, he says they tried everything, uh, and he hopes that Chiefs fans will be able to look at that and realize that they did give it their all, that they did try everything in their power to be able to win that game. Um, on the eye, it wasn't the best game. Um, I don't think there was enough from both teams to warrant any side claiming that they should have won the game. It was, I think, I think it was a fight from minute 1 to minute 90, and when you hear Mteto say that, and then you're hoping, or rather, when you know the Chiefs fans and how they would react to things, it's almost as if he's expecting the impossible. Chiefs fans want success. Chiefs fans want trophies. Oh, so as I was saying, inevitably, rather, Chiefs fans want nothing but success. Yes, they're big fans of seeing their team play a good style of play, show passion, show energy, but those are just basics. And at the heart of that football club, and whatever it is that they see, if it doesn't reap rewards, then they naturally, it's almost as if they don't recognize everything else. So it's going to be interesting how that sort of thing is received. I mean, I'm sure people have already expressed their disappointments, and they've already pointed out other problems that may be at the roots of seeing a Chiefs performance of that sort. You will remember that Chiefs had beaten Stellenbosch, I think, 4 times in a row before that game. So another person might have expected that it would be one of those. Maybe not so easy, because Stellies is a really good team, but I think many people might have been confident that Chiefs would have just a little bit more quality, uh, and just a little bit more momentum as well. Because Stellies have started the, the season very bad in terms of the league, and they failed to win the MTN 8 as well. So another person might have felt as if Chiefs were the favorites ahead of this game, to see them leave Cape Town in disappointment is a yeah, again, a lot of questions. Again, also we saw something we're not frequently exposed to in South Africa, with goalkeeper Fia Krentwari refusing to go off just before the penalty shootout, as Chiefs wanted to sub on Bruce Vumo, of course. I think maybe between the goalkeeper coach and the technical team, they may have realized during training that perhaps Vuma was a better option for the penalties, because it's certainly not down to what we've seen from Vuma before. We've seen him in penalty shootouts, and I don't remember seeing him win a penalty shootout for Kaizer Chiefs. So it must have been a training ground decision between the goalkeeper coach and the goalkeepers and the technical team to suggest maybe Vuma might be the best option for those penalties. Of course, Ntwari saves one, but another person might be very critical of the fact that perhaps Vuma might have saved more. Like, it's always tricky when it comes to penalty shootouts. But another person might say the goalkeeper just has to save one, and everyone else has to score, and the game is wrapped up. Of course, Morris comes on to specifically to take a penalty and misses it, further deteriorating his relationship with the Chiefs fans. Solomons, who has been in good form in the over the past 2 weeks, but fails to convert from the spot as well. And yeah, basically sends Stellenbosch through to the quarterfinals, where they will now face. I have to try to remember, because I know Golden Arrows will face TS Galaxy. I know Pirates will face Magesi again after their fixture last season. I know Staley. Oh yeah. I know Gallants will face Staleys, and then Durban City will face Richards Bay Mhlatus. So yeah, those are the last 8 teams remaining in the competition, and perhaps it's even more deserving to speak about KZN clubs now, more after we've seen what we've seen over the past weekend. Durban City, Gavin Hunt's run continues in that club, and what they've done since taking over from Coach Miguel Cardoso, who helped promote the club last season as well. So Durban City in the quarterfinals as well, of course, after beating Polygona City 4-1. Is a special night for defender Fezeli Kaba, who scored a hat-trick on the night to help the top flight debutants continue their fine run in the top flight, and that was backed up by Golden Arrows' scintillating second half showing against Sekhukhune Mlazi to actually book their place as well and blow away one of the most informed clubs in the country at the moment. And that was also to be compounded by the performance of Richards Bay on Sunday, who thumped Chippa 4-1 at Umhlatuza Sports Complex. That's 3 KZN clubs in the quarterfinals. Obviously, disappointment for Amazulu, who went 2 goals down at Moses Mabhida on Sunday, only to come back in the second half to draw 2-2, but suffered a nasty deflected free kick goal in the 90th minute, and they got eliminated. That's 2 cups gone now for Usuthu this season. Perhaps 2 more. I mean, they're still the league in the Nedbank Cup, but that's 2 cups gone now for team coach Atazwane. So yeah, I think KZN fans, KZN football fans, KZN football clubs and club owners are going to be sort of pleased at the opening round of the Carling Knockout Cup. Of course, this competition has shown to be one for the underdogs since its rename. Of course, Stellenbosch won it two years ago. And then Magesi won it last season, so it wouldn't be far-fetched to assume or think any of the KZN clubs could potentially put together a run that could see them in the final, or maybe even lifting the competition. So the next round of fixtures are going to be very, very tricky. More especially for Richards Bay and Durban City, because it ultimately just confirms that at least one of the KZN clubs is going to be eliminated. But yeah, that's the stuff of tournament football. I think you can't speak about any cup competition and not speak about Orlando Pirates. Of course, it takes a Baboza Mbokazi wonder strike to send Orlando Pirates through at the death. How many times have we seen Orlando Pirates score late goals in cup competitions over the last 3 or 4 years? That's just them. They never stop. They know how to deal with cup competitions. If they can't win, then they don't lose. That's just Orlando Pirates in cup competitions, whether you like it or not. That's just Orlando Pirates, whether under coach Jose Rivero, whether under coach Abdeslam Wadu, because they've already won the MTN 8, so it's clearly a Pirates thing. Yes, you could give coach Jose Rivero his flowers for everything that he's been able to do at that club before he left, but coach Wadu has built on top of that, and they've won the MTN 8 and are currently on a 9-10 game winning run, or unbeaten run. I think it's winning run. Yeah. So they've certainly built ahead of steam. What can you say about Baboza Mbokazi that people haven't already said before? Oh yeah, he scores goals as well. On top of being one of the best young defenders on the continent, he scores goals as well, and he doesn't just score headers or tap-ins during mix-ups in boxes, deflected shots. No, he rifles screamers from almost the halfway line. The last time I saw a goal from a left-footed player almost from similar range was in the 2010 World Cup. I don't know if many remember the Netherlands captain Giovanni van Bronckhorst. I think they were playing Uruguay, either in the semi-final. Yes, in the semi-finals, because they played the final. Yeah, in the semi-finals, and he hit a wonder strike just like that, in the same corner, same technique, same power, same precision. So yeah, Baboza Mbokazi again, showing us another one of a lot of things that he can actually do, and yeah, man, just props to him. Hope he keeps that up. Hope he keeps that up and takes it into the World Cup, of course. So yeah, and that's potentially all we have to discuss in this show. Pirates through to yet another cup quarterfinal. Sundowns and Chiefs stumble. KZN shines. What more can you say, man? This is South African football at its best.